大家好，我是胡言，来自中国广州。我想要告诉那些最有创造力和最活跃的人，那些喜欢旅行和想出国留学的人，一些非常有趣的事情。我很幸运能在俄罗斯学习，我在奔萨国立大学学习俄语。我所有的朋友都会送我纪念品，作为对这个国家的纪念。而更多的时候，他们带来的是一个俄罗斯套娃。俄罗斯套娃不仅仅是孩子的玩具，也是一个古老的俄罗斯家庭象征，是俄罗斯文化的象征。让我们一起了解俄罗斯套娃的历史，并学习如何画它。事实证明，如果你知道某些规则和绘画技巧，每个人都可以做到这一点。你可以为你的朋友制作礼物，装饰你自己的家，并举办一个家庭培训班。
Hello, dear friends. Please accept my greetings. And today we are talking about the famous Russian souvenir. This is Matрешka doll. Nested doll Matрешka is a Russian wooden toy in the form of a painted doll, inside of which there are smaller dolls that look exactly the same. Wooden painted pear-shaped doll, detachable in the middle, into which smaller dolls are inserted one after another. The number of nested dolls is usually 3 or more. They are usually egg-shaped, with a flat bottom, and consist of 2 detachable parts, an upper and a lower one. The traditional nesting dolls depict a woman in a red sarafan. This is the Russian name for summer sundress with straps, and a traditional kerchief. Nowadays, the themes for painting are quite various. These are fairy tale characters, girls, boys, images of families, and also politicians. The technology of making a painted wooden toy from several pieces that were embodied in each other had been known in Russia for a long time. It is believed that the Russian wooden painted doll appeared in the 1890s, when the country's rapid economic and cultural development was accompanied by an upsurge in national consciousness and interest in Russian culture. During this period, an artistic movement known as the Russian style emerged in the Russian Empire. Its followers, in particular, were engaged in the revival and development of the traditions of folk peasant toys. In Moscow, the Center for Children's Education worked in this direction. There, the artists first created dolls whose outfits repeated the festive women's clothes of the residents of various Russian provinces and districts. The first sketches were developed by a professional artist Sergei Malutin, who actively promoted the Russian style in art. He was inspired with the idea of creating a detachable wooden doll, which he borrowed from a Japanese toy brought by the wife of famous merchant Sava Mamontov. These were dolls nesting one into the other, depicting the 7 gods of happiness. The first Matрешka doll was made in 1890 by the artists Zvezdочкин and Malutin. It was an 8-seated doll, and its name was Matrona. That was a chubby peasant girl in an embroidered shirt, a sundress, and an apron, covered with a colorful scarf, holding a black rooster. The girl with the black rooster was followed by a boy, and then a girl again. So, all in all, there were 8 little dolls. All the figures were different from each other, and the last, the 8th, was a small baby. In 1890, their mass production began as toys and souvenirs. Several years later, the Matрешka was first presented at the International Exhibition on Handicrafts in Paris and was awarded a medal. In 1970, a 70-seat Matрешka A 1 meter high was made for the Expo 70 exhibition in Japan. To manufacture such doll, the master should first select the appropriate type of wood. Because of its softness, linden is mainly chosen, less often alder and birch. Each workpiece goes through more than a dozen of operations. The smallest doll is made the first. When one nesting doll is ready, the masters proceed to the next figure, into which the first one will enter. The workpiece of the required height is processed and cut into upper and lower parts. The bottom is done first. Then, the wood from inside of the both parts is removed, so that the first doll, the smaller doll, can fit in. Then the process is repeated for a larger doll, which will include the previous two. The number of dolls may be different. At the end of the process, each doll is coated with oil varnish. After a final drying and polishing, the artist proceeds to paint. Watercolors, gouache, tempera, less often oil paints are used as paints. Despite the variety of colors, masters still prefer gouache. Outlines can be outlined in black or burned out. We present to you the workshop on the painting of Matрешка doll. Today, dear friends, I will introduce to you a great master. She will show you how to paint your variant of Matрешка doll. You will first practice it on plain paper, not on wooden foam. You can use any types of paints you have. I wish you all good luck and please enjoy the process of art creation. Hello, my name is Елена Рискина. I am the head of the Wood Painting Children's Center. Today I will conduct a workshop on painting Russian Matрешka doll. We will get to know more about this famous souvenir and its complex production method. The Matрешka is known to the whole world. It has become a doll symbol of Russia, but not many people may know that this doll owes her appearance to the Japanese sage. This is how it happened. Long ago, more than 100 years ago, the Russian entrepreneur, merchant, and mecenas Sava Mamontov was traveling across Japan. He saw a very amusing doll there. It was carved out of wood and contained in itself a family full of figures. They were inserted into one another. This doll was depicting the old Japanese sage Fukuruma, the god of happiness and longevity. The Russian painter Sergei Malutin took the paper and made a sketch of Russian version of such doll right away. And the craftsman Vasily Zvezdочkin carved out its shape. Sergei Malutin made its artistic design. And somebody shouted out, "Look, this is real Matrona!" That was a name very common for a peasant girl. This is how the doll got its name, Matрешка, with a rooster. It was dressed Russian style and was holding a black rooster in her hands. Inside of her there were several more dolls. Russian Matрешka was born in the ancient Russian city of Sergiev Posad. Now the city is called Zagorsk. The doll was very much like a peasant girl having a bunch of siblings. Matрешka embodies the idea of motherhood. It is also a symbol of caring and protection. The big and strong outer doll protects the smaller internal ones. As you can see, the doll happens to be very symbolic. The process of manufacturing Matрешka is not an easy one. Today, this doll is carved and painted in many folk art centers. Many craftsmen create their own unique author styles of painting Matрешkas. However, most renowned in the world has become and still remains the image of Matрешka as a Russian peasant girl. In front of me I have a sketch of Russian Matрешka. We take a painting brush. Please hold it with your 3 fingers only. 3 fingers should be active when drawing. The other two are pressed to the palm. At first, we will color the girl's kerchief. Let's choose the red color to make the doll look brighter. Usually, we use gouache paints. The reason for that is that the paint dries very quickly. You can move your matryoshka around the table to fill the empty spots on the drawing with paints. It is more comfortable to draw this way. When the paint dries out, we can place different patterns or designs on it. As you can see, our kerchief is ready. Now we paint the doll's hair yellow, orange or brown. It's up to you to decide. I will choose yellow. I would also use the yellow color to paint her apron. Usually, any matрешка has the apron. The design of the apron we'll make in the городец painting. We will draw floral patterns of городец style painting as they are simple, bright and appealing.
Самый простой изо всех росписей Поволжья.
Take a look. We've finished coloring the apron. When the paint dries, we will add the flowers to it. We take sky blue to paint the dress of Matрешка. If you don't have light blue color, you can mix dark blue and white paints to make it. Check it out, our doll has got a blue color. Now we need to make a beige color to paint the face and the hands of Matрешka. We make it in the following way. We take some white color and add just one drop of red and one drop of yellow in it. Then we stir it all together. Let's put white dots on the kerchief. Now we proceed with painting the apron. The most important flower design in городец painting is the rose hip. Actually, Городец painting mostly consists of circles. This is the reason why a person can master it very quickly. The base for each flower is a circle. Petals are round too. The flower bottom petal we draw the biggest. Then we make two smaller ones on their sides. Then another two even smaller size. The closer we move to the flower top, the smaller petals will be. This we do to give the flower the volume. Take a look at our rose flower foundation. Now we make a foundation for a daisy.
Что такое замалевок? Это закрашенный кружок, на основе которого потом делается цветок. Мы сделали замалевок для розана.
And we'll need one more for a flower bud.
И сделаем замалевок для бутона.
The foundations for our flowers are ready. We'll have one rose, two daisies, and two buds. I teach you to paint Matрешka on the flat surface, which is on the leaf of paper. Please mind that painting the actual wooden Matрешka figure is very difficult. You need long training to get your skills, but if you really wish, you can learn how to paint it. It's easier to draw on the plain surface. You need to hold the figure with your one hand and paint with your other if you want to paint the real wooden Matрешka doll. It's really hard. There are many types of rose patterns in Городец painting. I'll show you most common type. It's widely used in all works of Городец artsmen. While the flowers are drying, we'll draw the foundations for the leaves. It's easy done. We take the green color, put the bracket as during the math lesson, and add another bracket to shape a leaf. Please draw smaller leaves near it.
Нарисуем скобочку в другую сторону и пририсуем животик в другую сторону. Вот посмотрите, у нас получается.
Check this out. These are our leaves. The foundations for the leaves are ready. Now we paint a daisy. Certain rules should be followed when painting a daisy. We mark a center and draw lines up and down
на север,
right and left to depict petals.
на запад, на восток, по полюсам.
Then see how many more lines or petals you can fit in between.
Между полюсовыми лепестками. 2 не уместится, значит, рисуем 1.
I can only fit one between each line.
Умещается не только 1 лепесток между полюсовыми, но и 2, но и 3, но и больше.
Look how our daisies look like.
Такие ромашки.
We drew several white petals in the center of the rose blossom. They are as if hidden behind each other.
Вот посмотрите.
And now our rose looks alive. All these white lines make the designs brighter and alive. Putting white lines in Городец style painting is called living or glare.
Делаем его живым. Ну, то есть украшаем.
Putting the dark lines, such as brown, black, dark green lines, is called shadowing. You need a narrow pointed brush for it. Please check it out. We put some shadow into our Городец leaves with the brown color. Now I'm going to add the glare to them. That is to put some white lines. It's highly recommended that you have a brush with narrow pointed brush tip. We are now drawing drops, and such brush would be quite handy. Because we need our drops to be round and neat. Lines and drops are very important elements in the painting. Such elements exist in all types and styles of painting. The dot is not drawn, it is stamped or tapped by the brush tip. Just stamp . So the leaves are ready. We made both glare and shadowing. Now we put glare to the rose. After this, our rose flower is transformed. It has become smart and bright with the white.
Остались у нас бутоны.
We now finish the buds with the glare. All the flowers are ready. We now decorate the dress.
такая матрешка у нас получилась.
Our matрешka is almost ready. We need only to draw the face.
Попробовать расписать русскую
Dear
матрешку.
friends, I recommend you to try and draw the Russian style matрешka.
Дерзайте, у вас все получится.
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Меня зовут Хуян.
Меня Елена Васильевна. Сейчас мы с тобой доделаем нашу матрешку. Мы ей распишем лицо. Сделаем ей щечки розовые, голубые глазки и красные губы. Так, возьми кисточку в руки. Вот голубая краска. И ты раскрасишь вот эти круги. Так, все, молодец. Все очень красиво получилось у нас. Трудно?
Чуть-чуть трудно。
Трудно?
我真的很喜欢这个工作法，感觉像是真正的工匠一样，这很好。我认为有创造力的人可以做到这一点。我想把这个俄罗斯套娃送给我的男朋友。